We are live, baby. I got a little bit of a voice problem, man. My voice is jacked up, bro. We're trying, though. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? We are wet. The biggest thing you can do right now is click that like button. That's the best thing you can do, is click that like button, because my voice is jacked up. And when my voice is jacked up, you know what that means. I jack off. But no, it's good to be here on an unannounced episode, unannounced morning, little trashy gig. You know, to get the voice going. It's hard to get the voice rolling, man. But I feel it, man. I feel like inspirational sexiness. Do you know what I mean? My God, bro. Did you click that like button? Yes. 54%. Yes, yes, yes. 46%. Let's get those likes up, because there's only 26 votes. But you can click that like button. Click that like button so I can take that poll down so it stops annoying people in the chat. God, I hate those, to be honest. Getting drunk with Garguts would be awesome. Well, Garguts is barely able to live, so I don't know about getting drunk with Garguts. I mean, we could be getting failure with Garguts. That could be a thing. You guys want to do failure with Garguts? Getting failed? Being a failure like Garguts? We could do that. Being a failure like Garguts, we could probably pull that show off. That could be a good show, by the way. I don't know. You know, that could be something. Maybe that's something people want to see. I don't know. I don't think so, but you know, it could be something people want to see. But right now, it's important you click that like button, guys. What industry are you in? Let's go ahead. Let's do a little poll. Let's do a little poll on that. Ready? Let's do a poll. All right, here comes a poll. Ready? What type of work do you do? Let's say customer service. Let's say warehouse stock / driver. Let's say corporate business / data entry / cubicle. Like anything cubicle, I guess. Let's say sales. Customer service, warehouse stock driver. Now, if you're none of these, that's fine. If you say no to them, that's totally okay. That's fine. You can wait till the next one. We're gonna do a poll and see what everybody's doing. See what everybody does. We'll get a little poll. We'll start to get a little function of what we're talking about here as far as the world goes. Just for fun. And then I got a wrestling poll that I'll put up too. Plus tonight's AEW Dynamite, all kinds of other stuff. We'll find out later. We'll do this. It'll be like a little examination poll. Oh my God, my voice is so jacked up. I saw a vocal therapist like 2 years ago. Luckily, I saw the vocal therapist years ago. Like it was actually probably 3 years ago now. It was back when like I was like insurance doesn't pay for it, but I was doing, still doing really well on everything. I was doing really well in sales and really well in the show. So I took like $1,000 and I went and saw this vocal person, and they like inspected my voice and everything, and they like took a scope down there, and then they jerked me off too. It was weird, but the guy ended up being like, well, you should always warm up before you even do commentating and anything. A warm up for like 20 minutes. And then he was like, and also do like sing a song or two. Like, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. But he was like, no, you're going to do it anyway, just because it opens the vocal cords. So I'm like, cool. So sometimes like I come on here and you hear me like doing a karaoke thing or something. That's why. It's like, cause I'm, I don't know. I don't know if it really helps or not, but it seems like it does, but I don't know. Yo, what's up? What's up, King Hueco Mundo's here. Richard A.B.Q. Blah, blah. The Goon's here. What's up, Goon? How you doing? Look at him. What a dirty bastard. What a dirty bastard he really is. We'll see, man. It's people's lunchtime now, lunch break. We'll see if people come in for the lunch break. I don't really know if there's any. I'm looking to see if there's any breaking news. My friend Michael Mercy did a review of They Live, and man, did that trigger me. Like I want to watch They Live again. John Carpenter is just one of those guys, man. There's a lot of directors where it's like, oh, you just got to have almost everything they've done and on a wall. And John Carpenter is definitely one of those guys. And Michael did a wonderful review of They Lived, and he talked about 4K and how and it really sparked something in me with the 4K argument because, you know, I never thought, I never want to get a 4K thing. I never really, you know, I don't know. I just never feel the need that I've got to see it in 4K. I've got to do this in 4K. And he brought up a great point with They Live because he's like, no, man, because They Live, it looks great, and it's changed my mind on that. And I'm like, yeah, I think I know why, though. Because here's the thing. If you watch a movie on VHS, then you watch it on DVD, and it looks better on DVD, and you're like, wow, it looks better on DVD. Then you watch it on Blu-ray, and you're like, wow, it looks better on Blu-ray. But, like, a lot of times, some of these older movies, they just upscale them to Blu-ray, and so it's just a slight upscale. So it's not much of a change. So then you think the 4K isn't really, it's just going to be another little bit of an upscale view, and you're like, I don't even need that. Fuck that. I don't need that. So you just say, never mind, I don't want to do that. But what I'm noticing is, you know, on certain movies, they took the cheap route to upscale it to Blu-ray. And what's happening on some of these 4K discs and 4K DVDs and 4K situations is they're actually going in and re-editing it and remastering it the right way using the original master or the original film or whatever it is. And you're getting an authentic, actual master and upscale and whatever of that original. So it turns out that sometimes the 4Ks are like triply better because the Blu-ray was just a slight cheapo upscale so they could sell a Blu-ray. Do you know what I mean? So it goes from like a level, like a 6 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10. But like it could have gone to an 8 or a 9, but they didn't do that full mastery. So when it goes to 4K, though, it goes from, a slight upscale that made it Blu-ray, which was stupid, and the DVD and the Blu-ray aren't much different, but they're a little different. But the 4K jumps way up because they reproduced the whole thing. So that is a huge thing. That's a big deal to me and to I think a lot of people. But so like that sometimes I think that you know I think it's worth basically it's worth researching it, right? Like if you have the Blu-ray already and the Blu-ray has been remastered, everything, like, and you're looking at almost as good as it could possibly get, right? And you want to take that slight upscale that goes into the 4K realm, okay, then that's a good choice to make if you want. But you know you're not getting much more with the 4K and it doesn't make a big difference. But if you're watching a subpar, Blu-ray conversion, you know then that you're going to get quite a jump in quality and essentially really get what the movie should have looked like on Blu-ray anyway with the 4K. So I think Michael made a great comment about that, in his review of They Live, which is just a great movie. It's just such a great movie. And there's so many good John Carpenter movies. But he's got me thinking about John Carpenter. I'm like, oh my God, I want to watch John Carpenter. You know what I mean? I loved James Cameron, but I don't love him anymore. I think that James Cameron has turned into George Lucas, where George Lucas, when he's collaborative, when he's collaborative with other people who have a lot of control, George Lucas is so good. Do you know what I mean? But when George Lucas either has all the power, all the control, all the say, and he's not filtered, he gets really pretty terrible, right? He tinkers with his stuff too much in post. He tinkers with things way too much afterwards, changing it, and I don't like that. And then he just comes up with very bad ideas at this point, cheesy ideas that aren't filtered, aren't checked, whatever. George Lucas he's one of those guys, I almost think he's kind of like, I don't want to say he's like me. That's crazy. I'm not even close to as talented as George Lucas or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is I think I'm a good idea guy. I'm a guy who can come up with a story with some really good ideas in it. But then there's some really bad ideas. And then there's a lot of things that need to be structured in a much better way for story and things. And somebody will come along and say, that's really a good idea. That's really a good idea. This is really good. But this doesn't make sense. None of that makes sense. That's stupid. That's going to look bad. Like, let's rework this into a story, like something that makes more sense. And then it's like, okay, and then that person collaborates, and then they end up making my thing so much better. But George Lucas, to me, is like that. He has great initial ideas sometimes and great, like, overall idea of what's going to happen. But then he's got these specific things and characters sometimes that are just fucking nutso stupid. And a lot of times those get checked by other people, directors, writers, whatever, studios, and they fix it. They elevate it. Vince McMahon can be like this too. Vince McMahon was like this. You know, Vince Russo's there, Jim Cornette's there. They're able to book these things in a certain way where their ideas filter to Vince. Vince makes it happen. Vince comes up with ideas. They check Vince's idea. Vince thinks what they said was better or cool. He makes it his idea. He says no or yes. Things get filtered. Things come across better. Vince gives up some power. But when Vince, it's just all Vince. It's only Vince, pretty much, coming up with ideas. Or only Vince and Bruce Pritchard. You know, you get 1992. You get 1993, you get 1994, you get 1995, and you get 1996, some of it. But when you get Vince Russo on board, and you get Jim Cornette raging on board, and you get a couple other people on board, and you're writing week to week, you get 1997, 1998, 1999, and 2000. That's why you have a writer's room. You know, and it can be good, it can be bad. But I hope you guys can click that like button. We're at 32 likes. So hopefully 30 of you guys, we're getting ready for Halloween, for Christ's sake, right? Click that like button and stick the thumb way up my ass. Who wants to see me yelling on Xbox from 2006? Of course you do.
Oh yeah? Then tell me where you live. Tell me where I'll live. Tell me what state you're in. Tell me what state you're in, and I'll come and I'll find you. I'll find you that way. Tell me where you live.
And I think that video that I'd made in 2006, I think it was called Every Xbox Live Gamer or something like that. 2006. Now the video didn't do so well. You know why? Because there were actual videos of people freaking out on YouTube at that time, where they're actually on Xbox freaking out. So, you know, it wasn't going to do that great. Let's take a look at Mr. Pico Boulevard. There he is. That right now is inside Dork Knight's X. Let's just think about that for a few seconds. That is inside Dork Knight's X. Okay? Yo, that's crazy. He's inside of him. And here's Shadows Fall. Remember, where's Garguts? Garguts, here's me with Shadows Fall playing a local show for the bands only. So this is like basically like all the bands we were all on tour at the time in New England, right? And this is us at playing a show just basically for all of us with Shadows Fall and Lamb of God and a bunch of other guys and some local people that were invited. It was like VIP invite. Crazy time, man. I think Garguts wanted these photos, and I couldn't. I think it was from a long time ago. There's Lamb of God. There's Lamb of God. You can even see the B and the of G behind him. Look at that. See how small this place was, too, by the way? It was literally like our local place. I mean, right around the corner. And we were all just partying. And, I mean, I was walking around the stage with the camera. It was just, it was a good time. I don't know where the rest of the photos are, but Garguts, you would have loved it. And then this was our demo cover. I found our picture of our demo cover. There it is. Oh shit, my light just fell over. My light over in the corner that lights me up just fell over. Mr. Pico. I've got way better photos of that. I just don't know where they are. Stage shows can be wild. Yeah, it was a small show. That's the thing, dude. There was like Lamb of God singer has a ridiculously big neck. Oh, man. It's too bad that, like, Garguts isn't here for that. He would have loved that. I don't know where the rest of the photos are, but I know I've got more photos somewhere. Like, I've got so many, like, old school photos and crazy shit. A lot of it's from MySpace. Man, I don't know where it is. Shit, my band. This was like one of our covers too, one of our band logos. I forget who made this logo, but I mean, it was a pretty nice little job, to pass around a CD. I mean, that pretty much describes my whole life right there. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't think much has changed, to be honest. His neck's seriously wider than his head. Is it really? Let's go back. I didn't. Oh, yeah, but probably not now. The singer from Lamb of God. I mean, this is from 2002. That's from 2002, so, like, his neck is probably, like, yeah, I feel like he's way skinnier now, Like, there it is there, but, I mean, we've come a long way, haven't we? I mean, that was 2002. I don't know when that one on the right is from. I'm assuming the one on the left. I'm assuming it's like 5 years ago or something. So I don't know, bro. Hard to believe though. Oh yeah, Randy's looking a little methed out now. Like he's looking a little methed out now. I love some Lamb of God though. Man, that's a throwback, dude. That is such a throwback. It's funny how, like, so many people that we grew up with, watching and listening to, and even ourselves, we're starting to get to the age of, like, where a lot of the people that we loved growing up are, like, people that have gotten older over the years, when they suddenly turn into looking like dads. You were like, this guy was a cool skater guy back in the day or whatever he was. And now, like, the guy, like, dude, the guy looks like a dad or something. It's so weird. A lot of people are like that now. There's a lot of guys like that. And you look at him and you're like, wow, that guy looks like a dad. Or like a lame dad or like a strung out dad or a smart, dorky dad or something. You know what I mean? You just can't help it. When you get older, you look smarter a lot of times. And if you don't look smarter, then you look like washed out homeless, one of the two. You don't want to go that way. That's like the Bam Margera. Like, Bam Margera looks like a fucking hopeless piece of shit. So you don't want to look like a hopeless piece of shit. That's the thing. Whereas the guy from Lamb of God, Randy from Lamb of God, looks like he grew up and is like now a professor. It's fucking weird. It's like, if you grow up and you just add glasses, at some point you just add glasses. Like, you just like, yo, all right, I'm 55. Let's just throw some glasses on. And suddenly, yeah, you might look like a pretentious, like, woke person or something. But no, like, I think Randy here, like, if you told me he was teaching, like, science or psychology or something, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that guy's a fucking teacher. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like a teacher. But when I knew him, it's like, oh, this guy... this guy looks like a fucking, like a druggie, this guy looks like a drug addict, and now he grew up to like look like a fucking professor. It's like they all do this. Everybody does this. It's like you go from looking like a fucking druggie to like, hey, I'm a fucking professor now. So many people are like this, but not if you gain weight though. You don't. If you start to gain weight, then you look like an oversized man baby, which is what I gotta be careful of. Which is great because I've been losing weight the last couple of days, last couple of weeks because of my gallbladder stuff. Again, I'm losing weight again, which is good. But so like I was 222, which is like obese. That's like obese type 2. For my size and my height and what I am, 222 pounds is literally obese 2. That's really what it is. I'm serious. 222. I don't even look. I mean, I look a little chubby, but like I'm like you wouldn't know. You'd be like, oh, you're fine, but it's all right here in some area, and you can't tell really. But you can tell from the side if you were to look at me. But it's like, wow, that all your fat is right there. What is going on? You're fucking up your stomach area. Like, what are you doing? There's no room for shit, which is probably why the gallbladder's pinching and shit, because there's no room and your liver's exploding and shit. So you know, I'm down to 210 pounds right now, which I'm still an obese number one, right? So I got to get to 190 or 185. If I get to 190, 185, then I'm just overweight, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that 188 is still overweight. From like, what the fuck? But I'll take 190, dude. I'll take 190. That's fine. But I've been over 200 pounds for like 4 or 5 years now. 5 years for sure, actually. So that's crazy. So I gotta get it down, because you don't want to be Bam Margera, because he looks like shit. You know, he looks like fucking shithole. Like even Randy now, you know, looks like, even when he's on stage with the dreads and shit, he still looks like a professor. I don't know what it is. He still looks like that's a guy that knows. For some reason, you look smart, bro. Like, the older you get, the more less cool you look, because you look smarter. You look like you've been around and you're smart. Like you like to be still doing this, you're smart. And that's weird, you know? So it's like you got to go out of your way to look like a fuck up. Like, you got to be fat and shit and look like shit and just like just shit yourself. Like, you got to be like shitting yourself on stage. Like, it's crazy. I mean, dude, I snapped this photo of Randy when I was 16 or 17 years old or something. I mean, he might have been like 24 here or something. I don't know, 25, maybe 26. I'm not sure. But now he looks like a professor. You know, here he looks like he's on crack or something. He's like, he looks like a strung out fuck. But now he looks like he teaches physics or something. You know, it's like, it's crazy how that happens. You go from looking like that to looking like, oh, yo, I'm your teacher. I'll be your teacher. And we could do this with so many other. There's so many other people you could do this with. Like, there's just so many. So many. And they all seem to do the same thing. They throw glasses on or something, but even if they don't throw glasses on, they just look smarter. You just get, I don't know, when you get older, you look like a rich person. Like, when you're older, like if you're 50 or 60 years old and you're dressed up nice, you just look really good. Like, oh, wow, this guy is like, I don't know, there's something elegant or something. I don't know, like smart. Like the guy from Filter, even, he doesn't have glasses, but the guy from Filter, like, look at him. He's 54 years old. Here, he looks like, wow, he looks so smart. You know what I mean? The guy from Filter, he looks like, wow, he must have he has like a BMW, and he owns an accounting company or something. Like, that's what I see when I see him. But if you look at him back in the day, he just looks like a shithead, you know? He just looks like kind of like a cunt. I mean, granted, he has a smooth face. He always looked kind of like photogenic or whatever. But I mean, he just looked like more of like a dirtbag. You know, you go back in the day and you're just like, yo, what? You look like a fucking freakazoid. You know? You know, you go back to the 90s and he just looks like an asshole. You're just like, yeah, you look like an asshole. Like it's like you just look like a shithead, dude. You look like a dickhead. But now he looks like he's got money and he's like an accountant. Like, and he knows something about your family. You know what I mean? Right there. It's weird. You know, like, you know who's trying not to do that? You know who's trying not to do that is Gary Newman, I feel like. I feel like Gary Newman, but even Gary Newman can't do it. He's trying. Gary Newman is trying so hard to not be old. He's like, yo, I know that I'm older. I could put a suit on and I could look like whatever. I'm not fucking doing it. I'm going to look like shit. I need to look like an asshole still. Like, I can't possibly look young. Fuck this. I'm not going to look young. God damn it. But he can't even pull it off, dude. Even Gary Newman. And the guy puts eyeliner on. But it's like, you can't help it. You're old, and so you look like you own, like, a luxury vehicle and a home and shit. Like, look at Gary Newman, bro. Gary Newman, like, he's like, I'm going to dye my hair black. I'm going to put eyeliner on. I'm going to wear a weird fucking suit that looks kind of cheap almost. But somehow I'm still looking like I'm a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still looks like a business owner or something. Gary Newman. Like, he can't, it's just, I'm sorry. You can put all the weird threads on. Like, he's got to do this. Like, for his album cover where he wore that fucking crazy, like, Fifth Element looking shit from Dune or something. Like, My Name is Ruin. Like, bro, that, fine. He got it here. He finally was able to look young here. He looks younger here. Like, he might be still, like, in his 38 or something. But it's like, a lot of times, it just doesn't work. I mean, he just looks too, it's just, you look too smart. I don't buy it. Like, he looks really smart. He does a pretty good job, though. I will say, like I said, he's one of the best at looking like he's still, like, younger in a way, or he's crazy, or, like, without looking like a slob like Bam Margera, he's able to sort of look like he's, like, you know what I mean, dressed up or something. Like, he does. He looks like a scarecrow here, you know? So, like, I will say Gary Newman can pull it off a little bit. A little bit. But, again, a lot of times it's like, I'm sorry, Gary, you literally look like Gary Newman's wife was rushed to the hospital. Her heart went mad. What does that mean? That's crazy. I hope she's okay. I didn't know about that. I might have been from a long time ago. But Gary Newman, I mean, like, again, he looks like, yeah, I'm trying to be young, but you know what? I own a fucking mansion or something. Or he teaches a class on, like, I don't know. But see, if you go back in the day to Gary Newman, the guy looks like, the guy might look like a teacher back in the day, but he looked like a teacher that taught about dick fear. Like, it's like, oh, look at this. I mean, bro, see, Gary Newman, it's like he used to look like a rapist. Like, Gary Newman used to look like an up-to-no-good raper. Like, I'm a rapist. Even when he put a suit on back in the day, put a suit on Gary Newman back in the day, look at him. He looks like he fucking rapes people here. He doesn't look like he's a successful business guy. He looks like he's cosplaying as a successful person, and he rapes people. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry. Like, Gary, if you're out there, I apologize. I love Gary Newman. But I'm just saying, he looks fucking crazy. But now, he looks, again, when you get older, you just can't help it. You look like you teach a class now. Like, I mean, granted, it might look like a little bit like he teaches at Hogwarts, but he looks like he's got a mansion and that he teaches mathematics. Even when he puts on all the shit. You know who pulls it off, too, is Billy Idol. Yeah, him and Billy Idol. Billy Idol still kind of pulls it off. Like, Billy Idol looks like he did back in the day. And Gary Newman, I get it. But, like, even Gary Newman here, I'm telling you, even with the T-shirt on and the pants, Gary he looks like... You know what it is you're so used to seeing older people in serious roles and serious positions that when they make it as an artist and they're still doing it when they're like 50, 60, 70, you can't help but think, like, nah, like, these guys are cosplaying, or, it was like Halloween or something. These guys are accountants, Like, imagine Billy Idol in a suit being like, well, tell me about your finances. Yeah, what's wrong with your finances? Here's the thing, bro. Every week you're spending $200, mate, on food. You're spending $5.50 a minute, basically, on DoorDash. You should be stopping that, man. Here's the thing. Here's how I save my money. What you got to do is you got to invest. And do you have any life insurance? Because if you build up your 401k and your life insurance, you can pull from that throughout your life, right? Before, in like 10 years, 5 years, something happens, an emergency happens, and you got that backup, man. Right now, you've got nothing. Like, that's like, he could put a suit on and say that shit to me, and I'd be like, oh my God, you're right. Wow, whatever you say, Billy Idol. Oh my God, like, tell me how to invest my money, Billy Idol. I'll fucking believe anything you say. Tell me to kill pigeons, I'll do it. Tell me to fuck dogs and cats and it's raining cum. I'll believe you. Billy Idol, my God, you're amazing. Like, I'll believe anything fucking Billy Idol says. Swear to God. Swear to God. Billy Idol, unbelievable shit. All right, so we're going to look at the poll in a minute and see what everybody's job occupations are, and we're going to vote on it, we're going to move the board over, and we're going to vote, and we're going to poll it, and it's going to be fucking crazy. Oh my God, I'm broadcasting in a really low quality. I just realized that. Have you guys realized how shitty quality I'm in today? Wow, I'm broadcasting in 840p. What the fuck? I'm sorry, everybody. I look like shit. No wonder I look like shit. It's not you guys, it's me. I'm broadcasting in 480p. William Idle, financial advisor. Yeah, man, what are you doing? Why is your wife always withdrawing from your 401k? Like every month she takes out like $500. Imagine William Dafoe could be good too. Oh, I can't do William Dafoe, but you get the idea. Could be pretty good.
Chat party.
Prayesh Muhamdar.
Happy Diwali, Joe. Festival of Lights going on here in India.
Diwali.
By the way, who is winning? Trump or Harris?
Oh boy, you don't want to get me going. You don't want to get me going. I don't know. I really don't know, guy. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know who's gonna win. I really have no idea. I'm really lost. I find it hard to believe that anybody would vote for Kamala because nobody ever liked Kamala. Nobody ever wanted Kamala on the left, right, whatever. They did not like Kamala. They hated Kamala. When I was a Democrat, I hated Kamala. Everybody else agreed they hated Kamala. She was a fake fucking person. Everybody agreed. The people agreed back in 2016. The people agreed in 2018. The people agreed in 2020. She's a fake piece of shit. I thought that as a liberal. So didn't my wife. So didn't everybody else I ever talked to. So didn't the poll numbers. So didn't her popularity. And then when she was picked as VP, everybody was like, yikes, what a fucking horrible VP pick that is. And everybody hated her as VP. And they failed as VP. But now suddenly she could possibly be the president. It makes no sense. So if she does, if she wins, we are fucked. So I don't know. Donald Trump is no fucking beauty pageant winner either, but whatever. She's fucking crazy. And I will never do what people do on the left and right and say like, I'll never be your friend or whatever. But like, dude, I seriously have some questions if you vote for her. I have real big questions if you're somebody voting for Kamala. I hate to say that, but like I'm sorry, bro. She is awful. And you all agree and I agree. Almost 99% of the country agreed. In 2016, she was a piece of shit candidate. In 2018 and 2020, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, dude, it blows my mind. But then again, we elected Joe Biden, and Joe Biden lets rich people get out of taxes by registering their business in Delaware. Meanwhile, Joe Biden says he's going to make them pay their fair share. So there you go. Oh, that's all I need to know right there is I'm going to make them pay their fair share. Oh, but I'm the one who allowed them all to come to Delaware and then save a ton of money by being a fucking fake piece of shit. But, I think we're screwed either way. No matter who gets in, there's going to be, like, civil unrest. If Trump gets in, they've been gaslit that he's Hitler and all this shit, even though he already has been president for 4 years and really didn't do. The worst thing Trump did, once again, I'm going to repeat it again. I hated that Trump did that rally on January 6th. I think he was baited, set up, and he fucking allowed it to happen. Trump should have never been doing a rally on January 6th. Trump should have been a big boy, and whether he lost because of a conspiracy, whether he lost because of cheating, whether he lost straight up, whatever the reason is that Trump lost in 2020 that he wanted to believe or he believes or you all believe or anybody believes, Trump should have been a man, or at least taken one for the team. And he should have shown up at the inauguration, and he shouldn't have been saying that they stole it. He could have just said, I have a lot of questions about what went down, and we're going to be doing a lot of investigating. We're going to find out. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to leave no stone unturned to find out. I think a lot of weirdness went on, but we'll find out. But either way, Joe has been elected, and I'll be there at the inauguration. I wish him well, and I'll be back, and you haven't heard the last of me. I'm going to fight for this country. I'm going to fight. You're going to see when Joe's president, it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. But I hope it does go well, but it might not. But I'll be there to support him. And that's what Trump should have said. That's what a president, that's what a man, a president, somebody, should say. Even if there's something going on, wait till you have full, actual, dead-on proof lined up and ready to go, and you can expose it later. And and investigate everything. So I think he made that mistake. And then I think he was set up on January 6th. Obviously, they wanted those people to get in. They wanted the people to do something so they could be like, wow, he's dangerous, and never get him in again. But I think that these people can't believe. They cannot believe that even after the January 6th, they sent FBI and CIA agents. There were undercover Antifa type of people there to break windows and do things that were paid to destroy stuff and make it look bad. So listen, they cannot believe that after January 6th and how they made it look and the optics of January 6th, they can't believe that people still want to vote for him and that he's on the table and he could win. Like, they can't believe it. And then they can't believe after all the arrests and all the whatever, all the indictments, and they tried to put him in jail, or they at least tried to make him look really bad. They can't believe that after that the guy is still running and still there and could win. After multiple assassination attempts where a bullet flew by his head, but he moved his head and it just missed killing him. They can't believe that they've tried to kill him several times and he's still alive and he's still running and he's probably winning. They can't fucking believe it. Can you imagine how crazy that side is? Like, they've tried to kill him, arrest him. They've tried to set him up and make him look crazy. And he doesn't help himself because he does seem a little bit narcissistic and crazy at times. But not in a way that like, oh, the World War III and he's going to push the button and kill everybody. I'm more concerned about what they would do because they're the ones that took us to wars. They're the ones that take us to wars. Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney are supporting Kamala Harris. All of you and me all agree that Dick Cheney is the fucking devil. Everybody knows Dick Cheney took us to a fake war because of his company Halliburton and millions of other reasons why he took us to war. Hollywood actor, what's his name? The guy that played Christian Bale. Christian Bale won an award, and he said thank you when he played Dick Cheney, and he said, thanks for letting me play the devil. And all the fucking Hollywood people were giving him shit for playing Dick Cheney because they were like, how can you play this awful scumbag, evil, warmonger Dick Cheney? And then he made a joke about it at the awards in Hollywood and said, thanks for letting me play the devil. And everybody was like, ha ha ha, fucking Dick Cheney's an evil devil. And Republicans eventually Republicans, a lot of them, would come around and start realizing that Dick Cheney is the fucking devil and a terrible person. So the Democrats and the Republicans agreed for once, hey, George Bush and Dick Cheney were kind of fucked up and they lied to us, and Dick Cheney's the fucking devil and his fucking family, and they're up to shit. But now all of a sudden Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney are heroes? What kind of fucking retardation are you on? So suddenly now Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are great and Dick Cheney's on the side of them and they're the ones getting us in wars again? And Trump got us in like no wars? Why do they hate Trump? Because he doesn't put us in the wars that they want. It's like, dude, do people have amnesia? Why do people have amnesia? I thought Dick Cheney was the fucking devil. Now Dick Cheney's a hero? You must be 20 years old and retarded. Obviously, nobody can like Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney. There's no way. There's no way. The guy's weapons are what we used in the Iraq War so he could make money. Then he shot his buddy hunting. But I don't give a shit about that. Everybody always brings up the hunting incident. I don't give a shit about the hunting incident. I don't give a fuck if Dick Cheney shot his friend by accident hunting. I don't give a fuck. You know what I give a fuck about? That a bunch of children are dead, and a bunch of U.S. soldiers are dead, and a bunch of people are dead, and we invaded somebody's country for false reasons so he could become a fucking millionaire. And, like, he could do scumbaggery shit. That's what I don't like. I don't give a shit if he shoots his friend in the dick. You know?
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Joey Janela is literally talking to me on Twitter and he doesn't even give me a reason why he hates JD. I just sent you a photo.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just wants clout, bro. He wants attention. Why do you think Joey Janela wouldn't come on my show and do anything? I don't think my show was big enough for him. I don't think he liked it. He was like, whatever. Yeah, 70,000 subscribers. Whatever. I don't care. You know, you got to have like 200,000 for Joey to give a shit. Joey's a fucking retard.
Super chat party.
Joey's attention
Wish
seeking.
I had more money for you. I've been watching America go flippin' crazy over the election. Your news treats it like sports.
Yeah.
Kamala is really dummy.
Jennifer Muppet Baby, she is. And listen, I would love to see a female president. I obviously would love to see a female president. But she's not the one. She is not the one. When Barack Obama ran, I was like, this is the guy. When Barack Obama ran, I was like, this is the guy. And Barack Obama was a lot like Rudy Giuliani to me. He was so much like Rudy Giuliani. Like, the first 4 years of Obama, I thought was really pretty good, and I was definitely supportive of the guy. I wanted to see him win, and certainly the fact that he was black was really cool. It was like, wow, we're gonna have our first black president. That's so cool. He seemed great. I loved it. But then his next 4 years were fucking terrible, and I was like, whoa, okay, this is bad. And he's dividing the country. Well, what's going on? I don't get it. Like, Obama like ripped off a mask and became somebody else. It was crazy. But he still is better than some of the people we're seeing now for sure. But like Kamala, not even close. That is not the woman. I would have rather had Hillary, because Hillary is at least like fucking, like, Hillary's not an idiot. Do you know what I'm saying? I would have rather had Hillary. I would have sooner voted for Hillary than Kamala. And I know that Hillary is probably more evil technically than Kamala maybe, but Hillary knows what she's doing, and she will strategically do evil shit, but know, you know, the consequences and you know, have some kind of care about whatever. Kamala is retarded, is a retarded person to me. And so that's really scary, because all those people are in charge of her and she has no fucking idea. You know, I think that Hillary is like 70% agenda of weirdness, but 30% actually would kind of watch after America, whereas Kamala has no clue. She's like 90%, I'll do whatever you want, I'm fucking retarded, and 10% like, I don't know. She has no ability for anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would have sooner voted for Hillary, but I definitely Kamala is not the first female president to me. If she wins, bro, I don't know, bro. Prayesh Muhammadar, I might be coming to India with you. I may be coming to India, bro. I might be going to fucking India or some other country. I don't know where. I don't know. I'm concerned. Maybe she's a female George Bush. That's true. George Bush was a useful idiot, but I think George Bush was smarter. I think George Bush is smarter. There's nothing scarier than a stupid woman. You know what I mean? I mean, a dumb guy, I don't like, they're scary too, but something about a dumb girl as president. I don't know, man. I'd love to have a female president, first female president. Love to see it. I hope so. I have a daughter. That doesn't even matter. I just want a good person. I want a good president, you know? I think Trump is like a 7 out of 10. I think Kamala is like a 3 out of 10. You know, I think Reagan is like an 8 out of 10. You know, I think Bill Clinton's an 8 out of 10. Even though Clinton did fucked up shit, I think he was still a good president, you know, for the most part. But he did his fuckeries on the side we didn't really know about. But, you know, Clinton's a fuck up too, but he, like, I don't know, man, he just cared about naked women. He was like, give me naked women and let's all have peace, and I want naked women. And I want peace, and I want naked women. You know, because when Clinton took over, when Bill Clinton took over, like, he got rid of all the war stuff mostly, did some stuff on the side, and that was wrong, and some weird shit. And he did some bad stuff too, but he did some good stuff as well. And it seemed like he did have his own agenda, and he did play ball with the deep state a little bit, but he also still ran the country a bit for the people, and we had a good time. We had a pretty good time. But once again, when Bush took over, it went to shit again, because all Bush and his dad cared about was war. So, that's all they cared about. It was like, we run the country retarded and we go to war. That's what we do. That's what George Bush Sr. did in the early 90s, and that's what George Bush Jr. did in the early 2000s. So, I think the worst is George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr., and then Biden, and then after that it's Obama, Trump, and Clinton. Probably Clinton's... the top three presidents are probably Clinton, Trump, and we'll see. The problem with Clinton though is he did all these strikes in other people's countries, and it was really bad. Clinton did a lot of stuff behind the scenes that a lot of us didn't know about. We were young at the time. We didn't see that. We weren't really going to war. There was Kosovo and all these other things. But we at least had money and things were going good here. So even though morally I do have a problem with many of the things that they did, the one thing I can say is they did look after us financially for the most part. But, whatever. Anyway. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You're saying a convicted felon tried to overthrow the results of the election in 7-10. Is a 7 out of 10? Yeah. Yeah, he's not really he's not really a fucking convicted felon, but okay. It's like I could, if Trump convicts all of the other political opponents, then they're convicted felons. It's like, come on, don't be stupid. I don't think he tried to overthrow the election results. He held a rally, and then people went into the building. But he didn't really try to overthrow it. He told people to go home peacefully. So I don't think he tried to overthrow anything, because if he was trying to overthrow something, he would have gone on the air and he would have said, we need to take back the country, go in there, just tear it apart, go after them. I'll be there. He would have said that. It's not a takeover. He denied the election results. What you could say, though, is you could say that he denied election results leading to a dangerous situation that put people's lives at risk, and he's reckless for doing that, and he should not have done that. And I agree with that. However, as it's Kamala and those people on the left are so dangerous that I would trust him over them at this point. They're so dangerous, and I know because I'm a liberal person. So Reagan's weird. Reagan gave the country away to the banks. Reagan did a bunch of good shit, and then he also did some weird, terrible shit, especially at the end of his term. At the end, Reagan, I don't think, was all there, bro. Reagan was out of it a little bit, and man, did he turn this country over to the banking system. Reagan, it's like Reagan did a bunch of really cool shit, and then he, took a shit at the very end, in my opinion. And I think that if you follow the trail of the banks and what happened, that's proven. He really put the country, the banks got so much more power in the country again when Reagan left. And then Bush was like, yo, let's go to war because I'm an idiot. And then George Bush, an asshole idiot, took us to war in the 90s. And then later on, George Bush Jr. took us to war too. And it's just very weird. I'm sorry, but it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that in 1990-something, George Bush Sr. became the president with Dick Cheney and Colin Powell, and they went to war for no reason. And then after 4 years, the people fired him and said, "Get out of here, Mr. President. We don't want to be at war. Get the fuck out of here." And then we had 8 years of Clinton, who was generally peaceful, right? And then as soon as Bill Clinton's gone, George Bush Jr., George Bush's son, now becomes the president, and he has Colin Powell and Dick Cheney. All the same people. But guess what? America doesn't want to go to war. We already learned that with George Bush's dad. George Bush tried to take us to war in the Middle East. 4 years. You're out of here. Bill Clinton's in. Bill Clinton didn't really want to take us to war that much either. He agreed to doing these sort of behind-the-scenes things where he didn't want to fully commit to Iraq and Iran and all those areas and do that shit. Kosovo and all that shit. And then when George Bush Jr. gets elected, the people don't want to go to war. The people more than ever didn't want to go to war. We were playing Xbox. We had fucking Microsoft. We had AOL. We're like jerking off on the internet. We're having a blast. We're having a great time in the year 2000. We're watching the Matrix movie. All these other things are going on. It's just the height of entertainment. The beginning of the height of entertainment. And then suddenly 2 planes happen to fly into the towers. 2 planes happen to fly into the towers. And it's the son of Saudi Arabians who George Bush and his family are friends with, and then Dick Cheney is the vice president, and all of his weapons from Halliburton and all this other shit get used in a war where we go to Iraq for some reason, even though Iraq had nothing to do with it. So the son of the Saudi Arabian people, who's friends with George Bush, he's the one that attacks America, but George Bush and everybody are wicked close friends with all the Saudi Arabians still, and they decide, let's go to Iraq? What the fuck are you talking about? And they go to Iraq with Dick Cheney, Colin Powell, and Bush. The same people we went to Iraq and all that shit with in the early 90s when after 4 years the American people said, we don't fucking want to be at war. We're voting for a Democrat Clinton. How the fuck do people not see this? How the fuck do people not see this? It blows my mind. 9/11 is we did it or we allowed it. We at least capitalized on it. There's no coincidence. We either did it, allowed it, or capitalized on it. But we definitely capitalized on it. We capitalized on 9/11. We took some of your freedoms away. We took your freedoms away. We went to Iraq, which had nothing to do with it. Weapons of mass destruction was a lie. So there you go. George Bush lied about weapons of mass destruction. Dick Cheney lied about weapons of mass destruction. Dick Cheney made money off the war. His company involved. It's all fact. It's all proven. He was called the devil by liberals. Dick Cheney and his family, devil Republicans, devil criminals. And now Dick Cheney's a hero. Now Dick Cheney loves Kamala Harris, and he's a hero. Fucking unbelievable. Anyway, I'm sorry. Why do you guys bring up politics like this and freak me out and get me rolling? Was this Praise Muhammadar's fault? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's a WWE is hiring Booker T's company to be some kind of independent thing. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's very interesting. We'll take a look at it. Pray for Garguts. Yeah, we'll pray for Garguts. Okay, we'll all say a prayer for Garguts. Hamad Ahmed, what up, man? I wonder who Joe voted for. I haven't voted yet. I got to get down and vote, I guess. Although it doesn't really matter in my state, but it does. I'm going to go vote anyway. I miss George Carlin, yeah. George Carlin was the best because George Carlin knew that the whole system was rigged. George Carlin knew the system was rigged, and George Carlin called out both sides. Because you have to call out both sides, because both sides are really the same side. You know what I mean? Like, both sides, for the most part, are the same side. They're backed by pretty much the same people so they can rig it. You know, Trump is different because he's from outside the circle. Trump is a sort of a narcissistic, you know, type of guy and has his own weird business agenda, so some people don't like that either. But, you know, he is also problematic, but he's his own guy mostly. You know what I mean? He's not part of the system as much. He is part of the system in a way, but he's not the normal system. It's the most unnormal person. It's the most not normal person we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've drawn something like this before on Windows Paint, but it's basically like this, right? It's like, oh shit. It's like Democrats, liberals. It doesn't matter the size of the circle. These people are the same. They're all backed by the same people. So it doesn't matter who wins, it's all the same thing. But Trump is like this. You know, so if like Trump is like this. So if Republicans are on the right and these are Democrats on the left, you know, like let's say that these are Dems, these are Republicans. You know, Trump is like this. It's like he's an independent, but he's also outside the circle. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is outside the circle. Tulsi Gabbard's like this. You know, RFK. RFK's like this. Outside the circle. Even Bernie Sanders is a bit outside the circle, but not quite. Bernie Sanders is like this. I would call Bernie Sanders like this. He's like stepping outside the circle, but he's still got his foot in the circle. So, like, I think this is a great representation of everybody. This is Bernie Sanders. He's not fully committed to getting out of the circle. That's why he acquiesced to, they stole it from me, but I got to still fight for my party or whatever. You know, and then this is Liz. You want to see Liz Cheney? Watch this. This is Liz Cheney. She's on both sides. Either side, I'll play them both. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like, she'll just play both. Look, it's tits. Look, it's tits, guys. And then I would say Joe Cronin. You know, where's Joe Cronin? This is probably Joe Cronin right here. This is me right there. That's me. I'm that far outside the circle. I don't give a shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'll scratch you on a couple things and I'll scratch you on a couple things. But that's Joe. That's JCS down there. Making it a full diamond. And this is the deep state in the middle. If you're wondering what this is. This is the deep state or all the whatever. What do you call them? Like the donators, the companies, the deep state and the donators, right? That's them, the D&D up top. That's the DD up top. And then you got Liz Cheney is on both sides. And then you got, like I said, Trump in the orange, Tulsi Gabbard over here, RFK over there, and you got Bernie Sanders he's afraid to come out of the circle, but he's kind of stepping out of it a little bit, but he's in it still, so it doesn't work, but he's trying, you know. So I think this is a really good representation of where everybody stands and where it is. Like, and it's also why I don't like most of the politicians, because most of them are just in the circles, you know. Like Mitch McConnell, you know, scumbag. You know, he's over here. There's Mitch McConnell. He's in the circle. Mitch McConnell, Pelosi, there she is in her circle. You know, Gates, there he is in his circle. They're all in their circles. Rand Paul's not in a circle, maybe. Rand Paul's probably like somewhere like right here. You know, he's able to take some money from some of the sides, but he's in the middle. He might touch a circle maybe a little bit. But he's out of the circles, mostly Rand Paul. That's why he'll never be elected. You know who these people are because they won't be elected, and they won't be allowed to run. Like, you know who the people that are outside the circle are because they won't be allowed to run. The only way that they could be allowed to run is if they become so insanely popular that you can't stop it. And that's kind of what Trump did. But he is still part of the crew a little bit. Like, he's got he knows the inside information. That's what makes him so dangerous. But he's also a wackaloo. You know? I don't know what we're talking about, guys. I'm fucking retarded. Cronin 2082. Hamad Ahmed. Can you imagine that, bro? Oh, boy. 2082, I'd be dead for sure. I might not make it to 2040. For sure. Politics is faker than wrestling, says Jesse Ventura. Yeah, they act like they hate each other on camera. I mean, yeah, just look at Trump and Schumer the other day, Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer was like laughing, and Trump was like, hey, he's a good guy, knows whatever. It's all a game, guys. Like, behind the scenes, they still talk and they whatever. But, like, in public, Schumer's like, Trump's the devil, I'll kill him. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know, I think that the prison reform, speaking of blacks for Cronin, Joe Bishop, I think the prison reform was one of the better things that Trump did. You know, guys who were locked up for 20 years who have children, you know, and they got arrested for marijuana a couple of times, and they're in jail for 15 years or 5 years or 10 years or whatever, even a couple of them for like 2 years. I think the prison reform was great because those children would have grown up with no fathers. And maybe some of them had fathers that aren't the greatest. Maybe some of them, but some of them do. Some of those guys are probably going to be good fathers. But even a not great father is better than no father. You know what I mean? Even a father that it's a little bit rocky is better than no father, a man in the house who his own kids. So for a dad to grow up 6-7 years in prison because of marijuana and misses his child's first 7 to 8 years of life over weed charges is retarded and fucking terrible. And that's why I really am happy that Trump did that prison reform. And you know, some white people were locked up too. White fathers were locked up too, but it was a lot of African American fathers locked up. And you know, everyone's always saying like, "Where's your dad?" and "Raise your kids" and all that sort of thing. Well, get them. You know what? You know, they're in jail. And yeah, they made a mistake, and yeah, they broke the law, and they didn't have to break the law. But you know, a lot of people really broke the law on weed because it just was ridiculous. Now, if you're high as shit and you're driving your car and you crash and kill somebody, you know, that's different. You know, you're under the influence and you crash and kill somebody. You know, that's we're not talking about that. We're talking about like, you know, you were walking down the street and you got searched. Or, you know what I mean, they found something in your car and, you know, you weren't necessarily smoking, but it was in your car or whatever. I don't know. Just goofy shit that you didn't need to be arrested for. Yeah, a lot of people are reoffenders, no doubt. But, you know, I don't care. If you know, listen, if you get out of jail, if you really shouldn't have been in jail and you get out of jail and you end up back in jail for doing something else bad, well, fine. You know, you legitimately did something else and you're back in jail. You know, you got a break and then you screwed it up. That's on you. But I like that some people were given a chance because for every 7 out of 10 people that fucked up and went back to jail, 3 out of 10, you know, were able to see their kids and maybe bettered themselves. And they'll look back and they'll be like, wow, I fucked up bad a couple of times and I got a second chance, a third chance. And when I did, I was able to get a job and I saw my kid grow up and I became a whole different person. And if that didn't happen, I would have spent 10 years in jail. And I would have missed my kid growing up. I would have gotten out. I would have been bitter. Like, it would have been crazy. And so, you know, if it's not a violent crime and it's not like an extreme situation, I'm down for letting people out. But I'm also down for locking people the fuck up if they do some crazy shit and they hurt people. You know, if you break into someone's home and fuck them up and they, like, break an arm and lose an eye or something, you know, we're not going to just let you out. in the next couple of months, like some of these people. Like, you had the gall to break into somebody's house, attempt to kill them, injure them, and then you're going to go to jail for 2 months and then get out? That's retarded. You're going away for at least a year or two. If you broke into someone's home and hurt them. That's crazy. Probably longer than that. But some of these people, they get out in 6 months or 2 months. It's like, what? It's crazy. 75 votes. What type of work do you do? Customer service is number one, 40%. So, 80 votes. 40% customer service. Some kind of customer service. 31% warehouse, stocking, or driver. 19% in sales. Interesting. Wonder what kind of warehouse, customer service work we're talking. Wonder what kind of sales work we're talking. So that's interesting. 40% customer service. So that's like, that's like, like 33 of the people or something. And warehouse worker, that's like 18 of the people, something like that. And sales, 19%, that's like, like 12 or something people. I don't know. Not really good at numbers myself. That's interesting. So we can take out corporate business, data entry, or cubicle type of job for a lot of people. There's only a few like that. Like 3 or 4 people, 5 people. Okay. And that's interesting. One of those felons is even running for president. Exactly. That's why he's letting the felons out. Because he's a felon. And I could be wrong about a lot of things. I don't know. I'm just spewing out shit, and I could be wrong. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't think I'm wrong about some of the history that I talked about and things that I said. That stuff's correct. That's all proven correct. But some of the opinions on current stuff, obviously, is my opinion. Fousey Tube got banned.
Look, I'm going to try my best not to cry.
Do you remember the other day? The other day, Fousey Tube punched a guy and kicked him out of his house or whatever, and it was on video. And I guess he said, say it to my face, you F word, N word. And now I guess Fousey Tube is banned, probably not for the assault on the guy, but more for saying the F word, N word. And now Fousey Tube is losing it.
Look, I'm going to try my best not to cry.
This guy, he is the gift that keeps on giving. I do feel sorry for people that get banned because I'd be messed up too if I was losing my livelihood shit. You know what I mean? Like when Onision had it happen to him, that was so wrong and evil, dude. And I don't think Fousey Tube should be banned at all. I think Fousey Tube is a fucking knucklehead, idiot, retard person, but I don't think Fousey Tube should lose his ability to stream and things like that because he said F word, N word. Is it stupid? Kind of, yeah. But, I mean, I don't think he should be banned for being an idiot. Now, if he pulled his dick out and raped somebody on camera, yes. I think if you rape a female on camera, you should be banned. I think if you absolutely assault somebody disgustingly, like you punch them in the trachea and then stomp their head in and like trying to kill them or something, and, or really hurt them, and you think it's part of your show or whatever, and it's real, yeah, I think you should be banned. But I don't think you should be banned for just saying ignorant, stupid shit. Let the world see what you're doing.
I've been under so much stress. Because
who is holding that camera in the shadow so carefully? Is that him?
I promised Eddie and Akil I wouldn't crash out like last year. That my adrenaline shot up and I don't even remember the last 48 hours now that I'm out of it.
Oh my god, dude. This is like he killed somebody. Like, I don't even remember. I stabbed him and I didn't know. This is sad, bro. They gotta give this guy his fucking channel back, please. Poor guy. Like, just give him his channel back. He's retarded, okay? This is all he has. This is all he has. Give it back to him. It's all I have, too. By the way, this is all I have. If you guys have the ability, donate to the show right now. The Streamlabs link is pinned to the top of the channel. We've made like $7 today, baby, and that's not good. So if you have stolen some funds from the government, now's the time to donate it to this show right now, and I will put a name up on screen for the top donator. Now's the time to donate to my show to keep it running and to keep things going. I need to keep the lights on. I'm about negative $300 right now, so just that's my commercial to fund the show. Don't super chat it though. Use Streamlabs pinned to the top of the chat, and you can fund the show. Back to Fousey Tube falling apart.
And now that I calm down, I'm realizing all the destruction that I caused.
Wow, he's got a really nice set of teeth. Look at how white his teeth are. Fuck yeah, bro. Those are some teeth, bro. Like, that watch is probably like $50,000. Those teeth have got to be like $15,000 teeth. Like, this guy is crushing it. Except for he's crying. That's not good, but that's probably going to be a trouble getting. Like, the watch and the teeth might get you laid with the necklace, but this crying shit is not going to get you laid.
This happens to me all the time.
Yeah. I wonder why that is.
I'm not even going to sit here and say sorry but like I'm trying to explain to y'all, like, now that my adrenaline dumped and I'm back to Yusuf, and I open Twitter and I see...
Now that I'm back to Yusuf, I'm going to blow up a hospital.
What Fousey did, I'm like...
Sorry, all my Muslim friends, I'm kidding. I know you guys won't really do that.
I feel so much better now, though. I feel free. I feel so free. Look.
Oh my God, bro. Give him back his channel. Please just give him back his channel, bro. Oh my God, give him back his shit, dude. Come on. Please give him back his stuff, dude. Poor bastard. Poor fucking guy. I feel so bad for him, even though he's retarded. Joe Bishop, oh my God.
Someone donated $9. I'm getting hard.
That's the biggest donation of the stream.
$9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
They were like toys for us.
They were like a toy for us. Here's the thing. We treated the women terribly. They were like a toy for us. I can't believe I got to get a clip of that. I don't know why I still haven't clipped that. Where is Tony Atlas saying that? Because I never got the clip. Tony Atlas, women were like a toy for us. Like, I mean, it's one of the funniest fucking things. No, there's like no videos on it. You know what I mean? We would have been locked up in today's society. We abused the hell out of the women. All of us did. They were like a toy for us. They was like a toy for us. It's even funnier when you read it. When you like read on Twitter somebody quoting it, like this guy. A quote from Tony Atlas in episode 2. We would have been locked up in today's society as some of us were the worst human beings walking the face of the earth. We abused the hell out of women. All of us did. They was like a toy for us. This is so not supposed to be funny. And it's really terrible. And it's so scary for the women. And yet it's so funny now. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's terrible, but it's funny. I'm sorry. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. Holy shit, bro. He casually admitted rape. Come over here. Yo, you were like a toy for me. We all did. I did it. They did it. They was like a toy for us. But do you guys see why you should never apologize to the woke mind virus and the woke crowd? Never apologize, because literally Tony Atlas comes out and just says, yo, like, I basically like raped women. Like, basically, like, we all raped women, and I treated them terribly, and I treated them like dogs. And, yeah, we all did it, and I did it, and we all did it. And just fucking that was what it was, man. They were like a toy for us. Like, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody says anything. I don't see Tony Atlas being canceled. I don't see calls for Tony Atlas to be, like, fired or no Legends contract and booted out of WWE. Nothing. Now, if Hulk Hogan came out and he said, well, brother, you know, the women, they were like a, you know, they had to do what we said, you know, and we all treated them really terribly, and they were like a toy for us. You know, he might have been a little bit canceled, but he still would have said, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. But what Hogan would have done is Hogan would have said, like, nah, brother, I didn't really see anything go down. And then somebody would say, yo, Hulk Hogan used to diddle women and force them to suck him in the bathrooms. And then Hogan would be canceled everywhere. And he would say, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. Like that, I didn't do that. You know, he would be canceled everywhere. Or if Hulk Hogan said, I want to come out and I want to apologize for the way we treated women and what I did to women back in the day. You know,
you donated $50. I'm gonna take my dick out because you donated $50.
Oh my God!
You donated $50, motherfucker, boy. I'm a rich motherfucker.
Fousey is like a toy for us.
Oh, the ghost of Fousey Tube. Fousey was like a toy for us. We fucked him. Yusuf, come over here, Yusuf. I'm suck your asshole off. Come here, Yusuf. I'm gonna fuck your asshole. I'm gonna fuck your asshole in and then rape your daughter. The ghost of Fousey, man. $50 bomb. That is the biggest donation of the stream by the ghost from the coast, or the ghost of Fousey. Thank fucking God. Oh my God, Ghost. We actually made some money on this show today because of Ghost and a couple of you guys. Ghost, what is that? Ghost of Fousey Tube. Holy shit. We made $50, brother. Oh my God. We're getting there. I'm going to pay that internet bill. Self-employed cocksucker that I am. Oh, man. We used to rail on Fousey Tube on this show. I don't even think that the Ghost and everybody really even knows how bad we used to fuck with Fousey Tube. That shit's fucking hilarious, though. Let me see if I can find, okay, maybe I got his, did I spell his name? I always spell his name wrong. I'm trying to find it. The only video I have left is monetize this episode 84. FouseyTube does weird stuff. I mean, this is from a long time ago. I mean, you know what I mean? Like going way back.
Here we go. FouseyTube, I'm going to come on you. I'm going to come on you, FouseyTube. Here we go.
Yeah, Joe. I'm ready, Joe. I'm ready for your man juice on my face, Joe.
I see the mouth moving.
Let's do this.
Oh, there it is. I'm coming on his face. Oh, I'm coming on Fousey.
Oh my God, Dave Rose laughing is terrifying.
FouseyTube's face.
Another person's video, Joe.
That's quite a while, Leah to put out a little more.
Now remember, this is back when FouseyTube used to flag people's shit and strike people, and he would take people's videos and channels down if they were talking about him and doing things about him. He would go to his people and he would get this big push to take your shit down. So it's ironic that right now he's lost his streaming ability because he said the F-word, N-word, and he's crying about it. So now he's kind of experiencing what he did to a lot of other people. Some might call this karma.
That's a fucking waterfall.
You're a little backed up there.
There we go. Look at that. Look at how much semen.
This was
Well,
8 years.
The fucking audio went nuts there. I think I just blew my headphones off.
This is 8 years ago, guys. Wow.
He loved it.
Wow, I think everyone's headphones just blew up.
He got his protein fill for today.
He's gonna get some more. Let's see that. I got the replay of what just happened. Let's see the replay of that. Look at how Fousey Tube just accepts it.
That's the right way to put it. He accepted it wholeheartedly.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's pretty impressive. You know how much of a load Fousey Tube can take. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Like he can take a lot, bro. That was a serviceable amount that he just took. So you got to give credit to him there.
Oh man, but that's
I don't know. Dude, BlizzKid was in the comments here. BlizzKid's still in the chat all the time. That's crazy. Old Dirty Sausage, remember that guy?
Watch my Skype.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
They killed JD.
Yeah,
I can't believe this. JD from New York, the ultimate goon, is a fucking.
That was when I took a dump on him. I remember that episode. But yeah, listen. I remember we were on VidMe at the time. I was on VidMe, and I was actually friends. It's too bad VidMe didn't take off. VidMe was like a website that was a new video channel for like about a year. And it was like Rumble, basically. And it was starting to blow up a little bit, and people like Keemstar and other people like that were going over to VidMe, and it was starting to get some traction, and it was kind of cool. And I was really good friends with one of the creators of it. And not really good friends. I take that back. I wasn't really good friends with him, but he was a listener of the show. And so he reached out to me like, I watch you. I want you to be a part of this. And I'm like an owner. And that was like, holy shit. So I always got helped. And by the way, they didn't really push me to the top on the page on the algorithm all the time. They didn't do that. He goes, everything you're doing is natural. He goes, but I will feature you on the page a couple of times, and like we'll do things for you, and we'll do things, and we'll whatever. So I had a partnership with them that was going to be really good. And if VidMe had taken off and become a big deal, like almost like a Twitch or Rumble or something, man, it would have been awesome, because I would have been involved in some of that early foundership stuff and helping them to create and get other creators, and then being a part of it myself. And it was really cool for about a year. And then towards 8 months in, it started coming to fruition that they weren't making money and it wasn't doing well enough, and they were going to have to bail, so they did. And yeah, that was it. But for a while, I was like top of the first page for all the time, and we were crushing it. We did the Fousey Tube song. That Fousey Tube song kind of went to the top for a while. The I'm Fousey Tube, I want to kill myself. I don't know why it's not on YouTube anymore. Because it was. I don't really get it. I don't get why it wasn't on YouTube anymore. But I'm trying to see if I could find it, but I don't know. Oh, they might have taken it down.
What's up, yo? What's up? We about to do another concert. Yo, it's me, Fousey Tube. What's up? Yo, we about to do another concert. If I don't kill myself. That what you put into my...
Oh, that's right. So this is the funniest thing. I played this before, but the funniest thing about this is Fousey Tube begged Keemstar to go to a rally event that he was holding. And remember, Fousey Tube said Drake was going to be there, or some rapper was going to be there. He was like, some big rapper is going to be here or whatever. And everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's fucking crazy. And so he wanted Keemstar to go there, to be there to document it with him. And so Keemstar came out to document the whole thing. And then out of nowhere, while Keemstar's like documenting it and all this shit, Fousey Tube goes crazy and starts blaming Keemstar for everything and exploiting him and being the reason why he wanted to kill himself. And Keemstar's like, dude, what the fuck? I like flew out here to be part of this or whatever. And I'm like doing this for you, and I'm filming it, and now you're screaming at me that like it's just really funny, like completely unhinged shit.
What's up, yo? What's up? We about to do another concert. Yo, it's me, Fousey too. What's up? Yo, we about to do another concert. If I don't kill myself.
That what you put into my head
Fousey Tube whines more than I do.
made me want to kill myself. I want to kill myself.
Yo, we got
I think somebody yelled "do it." By the way, someone's like, "Do it."
the hottest new track from Fousey Tube, Kill Myself. Yo, what's up? It's me, Fousey Tube.
What an idiot.
Yo, feeling a little bit
Bless him.
shitty. Fousey Tube, I wanna
Kill myself.
I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna
Kill myself.
I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna
Kill myself.
Yo, Keemstar made me wanna
Kill myself.
I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna
Kill myself.
I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna
Kill myself. Kill myself. Kill myself.
Been thinking about it a lot. Whole life gone to hell. I think I'll lay here and smoke some pot until I rot. Suicidal, bipolar, crazy up in here. Oh, I forgot some whacked up shit. I draw in my own hair. Wear it halfway backwards hat and I'm halfway queer. I'm fear that I will molest someone in the rear. Douchebag for sure, but I got millions of fans. Except they live by the river down by some vans. Douse myself in cologne. Bitches wanna know, wanna make a moan until they pick up the phone. Hey baby, what's up, foos? Last night was great. It was great, but I gotta disclose I got my STD on you. Another one down, another private part ruin. Wear a frown all over fucking sound. Crazy like a stupid bitch, but this is how it goes down. I'm Fousey Tube, Keemstar made me frown. I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna
Kill myself.
I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna
Kill myself.
I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna kill myself. Kill myself. Kill myself. I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna kill
under
myself.
so much stress.
I'm Fousey Tube, I wanna kill myself. Keemstar made me
Because
wanna
I promised Eddie and Akil I wouldn't crash out like last year. That my adrenaline shot up and I don't even remember the last like 48 hours. Now that I'm out of it.
I got nothing to live for
And
except
now that
all
I
this
calm
money
down,
and
I'm
except
realizing all the destruction that I caused. And this happens to me all the time. I'm not even gonna sit here and say sorry because, but like I'm trying to explain to y'all.
Oh my god. Oh man. I mean, bro. I'm Fousey Tube, I want to kill myself. Unbelievable. What a time that was. By the way, when I did that broadcast, I think we had 10,000 views on that video that day. It ended up getting like 30,000 views. It was crazy. I think I got like 700 subs in an hour from people laughing at the Fousey Tube thing. It was a crazy ass time. That was years ago. It was 7 or 8 years ago. That's fucking crazy. I was supposed to go to a dentist appointment today, a follow-up dentist appointment, but what up, Jay? Jay, what's up, bro? How you doing after the fucking hurricane, bro? How's everything holding up? So many friends in Florida and South Carolina and North Carolina now. I was supposed to go to a dentist thing today, but none of my money went in, so I can't go to the dentist. But I swear to God, my jaw's starting to hurt, my neck is starting to hurt, but I can't tell if that's because I have a little cold or if something else is going on. I'm not sure. I'm going to do Fousey. I'm going to cry like Fousey Tube. This tooth is... all these teeth right here are fucked. 3 of them. I think there's a cavity here, a hole in this one, and then this one broke in half the other day. So I've got like 3 busted teeth up there that all got to get fixed. But I don't think the dentist is going to be happy because I was supposed to go in today, but I was like, yeah, I don't have the money, so... And they were like, well, maybe you can come in anyway, because, I mean, we booked the time, and, like, I'm like, no, I can't pay for it. And I don't think they're happy with me for that, which they may charge me for not coming in, I don't know. But I tried to cancel, but I canceled yesterday via text, and I guess it didn't work, so I don't know. I don't think they're happy, but whatever. My fucking face hurts. Right here really hurts. He's saying faggot like every time he speaks, it's hilarious. Yeah, dude, he's wild. Fousey's out of control. He's a funny bastard to watch. Like, you should, like, I'm fucking happy Dude, if FouseyTube launched a FouseyTube thing where we just follow him all the time, actually, you know what? I don't even want that. I just want Keemstar to keep reporting on him. Just let people on Twitter keep reporting on FouseyTube, and that's fine with me. And I would gladly pay FouseyTube like $3 a month. You know, I would gladly pay $2 or $3 a month as long as I can continue to watch the self-destruction of this fucking person. You know, I would gladly pay to like just watch his absolute unhinged fucking craziness. I'm fine with that. And I want to give him money for it. I don't want to give him a lot. I don't have a lot to give, but you know, I think it's worth at least $2 or $3 a month from me. If you're entertaining me that much, like your self-destruction is entertaining me that much, I want to give you $1 or $2 or $3. You know, and if like 20,000 other people want to do that, you're loaded. You're good to go. Fuck yeah, dude. If FouseyTube can have a meltdown once a week, if FouseyTube can literally be a complete self-destruction per week, I think he, like a lot of people then should be backing him up with like $2 or $3. And he doesn't need, if he's banned, fuck it. He can do his own website and do it because he's got all that support. Speaking of that support, Z-Pain's on the top of the support for this channel. 2200 Z-Pain #1 this month. That is fucking crazy. The ghost of Jesse's mom with the 950 in second place. Beating out D. Welsh, who's in third place at 618. Beating out Sith Negan, who's in fourth place at 500. El Tapo at 223. Huge Boner is over the 100 mark. Luis Urdaneta is over the 100 mark. Black Queer is over 100 mark. And then Tim Drake and JCS Foot Rub still over 50 at the bottom. That is a wild month. That is a crazy, that's a really good month, guys. Thank you guys for everybody who donated in October. This is fucking crazy. That is really good. Eat shit, FouseyTube. Look at that support, FouseyTube. I should have been able to get my tooth fixed today if I could fucking budget the money the right way. Thank you very much, guys. That's crazy. That's some fire support. That's really good. That's crazy. The Ghost from the Coast, I'm happy you're crazy. Like, I'm crazy too. Yeah, exactly. I'm a self-destructing person a bit too. Somewhat. Well, you keep on moving or you keep moving. Because, like, I feel like you've moved a couple of times too. Like P. Diddy? Yeah, come in my bathtub. You all want to come in my bathtub? Come on down to my bathtub. And let's get it on. Chris Hansen is going after JD. Have you seen this? JD might be a pedophile, I guess.
Hello, JD.
Wow.
All 5'2" of you. Chris Hansen here of Hansen versus Predators. To catch a predator, have a seat with Chris Hansen, my streaming crime network, True Blue, all the rest. Now, JD, I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there. We've been monitoring some of your wrestling podcasts and some of your other online and real-life behavior. I'm surprised we haven't run into each other by now in a dark kitchen. I see you've been talking smack about the Young Bucks, despite, you know, having Young in the title.
Oh my God, and Bucks is almost like fucks.
Why is it that you were not...
Why is Chris Hansen trying to talk like Donald Trump? Like, I've seen Chris Hansen on shows before, and he's like, why don't you have a seat over there? Because I want to talk to you about something. Why is he now talking like, why don't you have a seat over there real quickly? Okay. Why is he talking like Donald Trump? Is anyone else picking this up?
Not allowed in the AEW All-In After Party in London. The transcript suggests it's because you were acting weirdly, like a creep, and that you ended up crying in the streets. It's a sort of behavior that, you know, for sure could lead you to meet me. You ending up on some sort of list, wearing an ankle monitor. And if you don't run into me, it seems that you'll eventually run into the bad boy, Joey Janela, who will likely slap you around like a tiny little man. Anyway,
Like a tiny little man. Like he's talking like Trump. Is anybody else missing this? He'll most likely run into you and slap you around. Like, why is he talking like Trump?
Try to behave yourself. Be as big as you think you are, in stature and behavior. I'll be watching. See you soon on True Blue, the podcasters predators I've caught. Don't be in them, JD.
Why is he talking like that? Can somebody explain why is Chris Hansen talking like like Donald Trump? Oh my God, bro. I don't know. I gotta ask Joey that. Oh God. So weird. So yeah, so random. But why is he talking like Trump? I've never seen him do that. He's gonna get sued, by the way. Like I used to, like I would like you know like I was served a cease and desist for calling the guy a cat fucker. This guy, and I'm not even calling him that. The people were calling him that, so I was repeating it, and I got served a cease and desist. If I got served a cease and desist for acknowledging, for commenting on other people calling JD a cat fucker, then what the fuck is going to happen to Joey Janela Chris Hansen for calling him a child predator? I bet for some reason nothing. I'm gonna tweet that out. I just tweeted that out. So we'll see what is said about that. Okay, I wrote, if I got served a cease and desist for commenting on other people calling him a cat fucker, what the fuck is going to happen to Joey Generic and Chris H for calling him a child predator? I bet for some reason nothing, because people only ever attack me. You like that? How I turned it into victimhood? How I turned myself into a victim right there? Bro, I absolutely loved the cease and desist that I was sent. It's so funny when you read it out loud. It's like, oh my God, it's one of the funniest fucking things if you read the cease and desist. You know what I should do is I should frame it and then sign it and sell it. That's what I should have done back in the day. I should have produced like a T-shirt with the cease and desist all over it, and then signed it, and then like made a print, and then printed T-shirts. That would have been a fucking great idea. We probably only would have sold like 50 T-shirts, but it would have been cool for me. Would have been a good idea for me. Joey Janela is starving for attention. Like, he is so hungry for attention. First of all, he's lived up to his name of Back Down Janela, because he backs down. He wouldn't even seek out midget JD. He's just, you know, it's just sad. It's just sad, bro. I mean, he's worse than me. I mean, like, sometimes I joke around and I poke people and I try to, get shit going a little bit and whatever. But in the end, I don't want anybody harmed and I don't want anybody hurt. And I'm not that serious. It's not that big a deal. And I think that's sort of the way everybody is. But I do. He really is trying to become relevant by attacking a podcaster. Like, dude, that like you're in trouble when you literally like you're in trouble when you used to be on national TV on a show, right? But now you're trying to start shit with a podcaster for attention. That's fucking crazy. That's a crazy downward spiral. You know what I mean? Like, you could, instead of doing that, like, I don't understand this, because instead of doing that, you could say, hey, man, I heard some of the things you said about me. I think some of it's wrong. I think some of it's right. But, yo, let's work together. I'll come on your show and do an interview, and I'll challenge you on some things, and you can challenge me, and it'll be good entertainment and shit. Let's do it. And then the person says, yeah, come on the show. I'd love to have you on. Okay, come on the show, and I'll tell you what I think. And then you could get a bunch of publicity, and you're on the show. And on the show, you could surprise the host and be like, hey, by the way, motherfucker, like, I could fuck you up. Like, or you could do anything to get publicity that way. But instead, you're just like, you know what? I think I'll have a Twitter war instead and look fucking retarded. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, but you're punching, like, now you're punching upward, which is weird. Like, you're actually punching upward, I think. Like, I'm going to bet that Catman makes more than Joey. You know what I mean? I know that for a while I did. Like, if Joey was making like $100,000 in AEW the first year, I don't even know what he was making, but let's say he made $120,000. And then in signings and shit, he made like $40,000. I mean, maybe Joey Janela made $150,000. I don't know. But maybe not. Maybe he made less. Maybe he made $60,000 plus merch and shit, and that's $35,000. And I mean, we made more than that the years he was in AEW. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to think that you're punching upward that way. But I don't know. Anyway, I'm probably going to wrap it up in a minute. So if anybody wants to say anything, man, use the donation link. If you guys want to donate, you guys want to fund my show, you guys want to tip me, if you guys want to thank me, love me, tip me, support the show, now's the time to do it. Bro, let me tell you something. It's holiday time. I know it's hard, but if you want to, there's the link. Say something before I end the show. I'll talk about it. Give me a topic. Give me a comment. Do whatever. $5, $2, $1, $100, whatever it is. There's the link. Do it really quickly. You got like 3 minutes or something. Michael sent me a tweet about, he said he's in customer service and sales. Okay, that's cool, bro. Is anybody in pharmaceutical sales in the chat? Raise your hand if you're in pharmaceutical sales. Is anybody in car sales in the chat? Raise your hand if you're in car sales in the chat. Who's in pharmaceuticals? Probably nobody. Maybe one person. Maybe a couple people in car sales, but maybe one person in pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical sales is great. Software sales is really good. Are you in software sales? And what type of customer service are you in? I mean, you don't have to say where you're at, but you can say, like, are you in a call center for customer service, like on a product or for a company? What are you doing exactly? Tonight's AEW, so we'll see what happens tonight. Maybe we'll get a hold of Jake. I don't know. If I can get a hold of Jake and things can work out, maybe we'll do something. I don't know, but I'm not sure. Garguts is panhandling. Yeah, and I can't even help him today. I can only help Garguts when I get an absorbent amount, like when things really go off, then I can help Gargy a little bit. But right now, I don't have enough to give him a taco. Well, I could get him a taco. I take that back, but it's not great. Gargy, bless his heart. What a sweetheart he is. He really is a sweetheart, though, isn't he? Under the bridge, begging, crying, just like, smelling people as they walk by, hoping that could be his life. You know, like it's really sad. But it's also inspiring, you know, to see a guy panhandle that hard. You know, it really is. It really is inspiring to see that. A chalupa. Oh, dude, maybe dude, I'm trying to save money, so maybe Taco Bell today. But you know what? I don't think so, because Taco Bell would not be good for my gallbladder. So even though I feel a little bit better and I feel like I could do some Taco Bell, nah, I should stay away from the Taco Bell. I you know what? I'll do salad. I'll make a salad myself. That's what I'll do. I'll make a salad, some tomatoes. Maybe I'll cook some rice and throw some soy on it like a bitch. And I'll suck it down. You know, maybe I'll do that. I got to do something about my voice, too. I got to get my voice back. It's all fucked up. I always try to save change for Garguts. McDonald's just messed me up. Oh, yeah, no more McDonald's. Once in a blue moon, once in a blue moon, I'm still going to throw a couple of fries in my mouth, and I'll eat a fillet of fish. Maybe, right? Or maybe like I'll pull the bun off and I'll just eat the fillet of fish part with some of the sauce, and I'll eat some fries or something. You know, I could see still doing that, but I'm going to really try very hard to stay away from the McDonald's, you know, as best I can. Let me see. Oh, man, I miss my old setup at my mother's house. Yeah, my mom's house was lit. Remember that? Look at that. Dude, look at my old setup. I got to get, you know, I actually have that desk. I'm going to put it together. I might put it together and put it in this room and rebuild the desk, because I liked that it had the left and right sides and that I could shift over to stuff. And I don't have that right now. I might even put it together with this desk. That way I have multiple desks. Because I think it gave me a better dynamic to function. But yeah, man, what a time. Look at that. That's the OG desk right there. That's actually the second or third version of my desks, because I had 2 or 3 versions before that. But that's the result of, like, when the show became successful and I put money back into the show, and I put a lot of the money back into the show at the time, and this was a result of that for sure. Like, so that was really cool, because before, you know, it had been like an old fucking, oh shit, remember Old Man Dave? You remember this?
I want to be the girl.
Ugh. What the? I don't know why he called and said this in the bathtub. Listen to this.
I want to be the girl.
Ugh. What the? Wow.
I want to be the girl.
Ugh. It also sounds like a horse in the background. Somebody goes, but it's actually someone wheezing, but it sounds like a horse. Listen to that. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Girl. I want to be the girl.
Ugh. What the? That is so weird. That is so weird. Oh my God, bro. I want to be the girl. I want to be the girl. You guys can follow me at MetaWorld Online on Twitter, at Joe Cronin Show on Instagram, Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show, and you can support the show on Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And if you want to send any private donations to support the show, PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show, PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show. And if you shop on Amazon, are you shopping on Amazon? Are you going to be shopping on Amazon for Christmas right now, for somebody, for any reason right now, tomorrow, whatever the case is? Well, guys, if you're shopping on Amazon, make sure you use my link to shop on Amazon. Save it on your phone, because when you click the link, it's going to take you to Amazon, I believe the same way you would always use Amazon, but everything you buy will be credited to me as long as you buy it within 24 hours of clicking the link. There's the link. It costs you nothing to do this, and it literally pays the show. When you use Amazon, it pays the show. If everybody here used Amazon once every couple weeks or once every month, that would add up to be quite a bit. There's the link. Save that. Use that before you buy anything on Amazon, and it will literally contribute to the show. That's crazy. So if you can, feel free to do it. It doesn't cost anything. It's kind of a pain to remember it, I guess. But, man, if you're like, I don't donate to shit, but I do got to buy some toilet paper, well, use that link, and you'll be contributing to the show in a big way. So feel free to do that. I'll catch you guys next time, and I will see you soon. So keep it hard. I might see you tonight potentially. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next time. Huh?